Recording straight away. Good morning. Good morning. Do you follow mainstream media? A couple of questions to start off with. Do you like Piers Morgan? Do you like Prince Harry or Meghan? Come on. Do you like mainstream media? He's pulling. 2 secs. Wait there. The idea today is to tell you about X, the old Twitter. Because I've said it before and I say it again, if you want the truth, or you want to be given the truth, don't get me wrong, there's also stuff in there that's not truth, but if you want to be actually given facts and stuff, the only place to get it from is Twitter, because it's actually instant. This thing's on the news that says, well, Donald Trump said this. But if you go on Twitter and go to Donald Trump's profile, you'll hear exactly what he says, whether you agree with it or not. But you don't need a third party to tell you what he says, when the actual Twitter, his own profile, will tell you what, himself, what he actually said. We've just started the walk, so he's a bit pulley at the moment. There he is. You say hello. You say hello. He'll calm down in a minute. Something happened on Friday, which the mainstream media kept very, very quiet. It was because the mainstream media lost. They lost their court case when it came to Prince Harry, and he took them to court because of phone hacking allegations by the Daily Mirror, and he won. He actually won on Friday, and there was a great speech outside the courts by his lawyer explaining everything and actually naming Piers Morgan, who was involved at the time looking after the Mirror, calling out his guilt. And it was all over Twitter. A few hours later, Piers Morgan claimed his innocence, that he has never ever hacked a phone in his life, which was quite interesting because that's not what he was charged with. So it was a lie, because he's trying to defend a lie. He was actually charged with knowingly knowing that phones were getting hacked. So that's what he was found guilty of. So him coming out going, I have never hacked a phone in my life, doesn't matter, because that's not the charge. But that's his culpable way to the That's his culpable way to the mainstream to try and prove his innocence. I used to like Piers Morgan, and now I think I like to dislike him. The thing is, when you scroll through the media on Friday, Saturday, there was absolutely nothing in the media with regards to the loss of the court case with the Daily Mirror. Nothing at all. There was nothing in there regarding Prince Harry's victory. There was nothing in there regarding Piers Morgan losing. And this is across a few different sites. I looked on the Daily Mail, I looked on BBC, I looked on Sky News, and if anything, then that gives me the idea that media is clouded and not really very truthful, and that's what normally gets me in search of looking for truth and finding where it is, and I tend to find it normally on X, on Twitter, and that's where I found it all. And I use it for many different reasons, Twitter or X. I use it for many different reasons, and if you're not using it and you're a bit of a curious mind like me, I don't think I can recommend it enough for you. And that's what the vlog really is about, and it's about another one for you as well. Going back to it with the Piers Morgan story, I remember when Harry and Meghan first got together. I think I was back in the UK, and I remember that how Piers Morgan was over the moon because he had Meghan Markle's phone number. Meghan Markle followed him on Twitter, that was right. Meghan Markle followed him on Twitter and he followed her, and he's interviewed her. He thought she was a fantastic person. And then she dropped him on Twitter. Obviously when it all got a bit serious, most probably the royal PIERS, the people behind the scenes, said, look, you need to be a little bit more conservative. She dropped him. And that's when he came up with most probably the aspiration, the idea. He put his nose out of joint without a shadow of a doubt. But this most probably where he gave me the aspiration of, hang on a minute, if I start hate writing about Harry and Meghan, I'll actually become more popular and more views. And that's when he started his, I think he started his campaign. So people are up early this morning, dogs are out. Big Alsatian up in the front. Which way is he going? Yeah, he's going that way. Somebody coming down behind me. Used to be me, that. So X, or Twitter, it's been going for years, is another social media app. Why oh why do you think you need another social media app? Because this one's different. This one is definitely different. This one's now owned by Elon Musk. And Elon Musk bought it for billions. And he's lost fortunes on it. But he's bought it because he said he wanted to represent the truth. He wanted people to have the truth. And what was fantastic about the Piers Morgan statement, where he said, I have never, ever hacked a phone. There's now things on Twitter or X what are called fact checkers, and you can see a fact checker box below that says that's not what you were charged with. The actual fact is you were charged with was knowingly that phones were being hacked. So it's a completely different thing. And that's what I like about Twitter, it gives you the facts. Not in all cases, don't get me wrong, but if it's, the majority of the time, we know, when you're reading it, you know you're getting the facts. The other reason why I really like Twitter is because in Twitter, they've got a thing going. I'll tell you what, let me rephrase it. First of all, there's, we go live on a Thursday and we go live on a Sunday, and the reason why a lot of people join us tends to be not because of the fact that we're going live, but it's the fact because we have what's called a chat box open. We'll go around this way to the dogs. Hola. Hola, buenas. I've seen people with a load of dogs. It's the dog walking track, you see. But the reason why people like enjoying the live, some people in there, a group of people in there, is because of the community. And I think the community chat is something that's created that we never knew was going to be there, that's now become a regular thing and may become a major part as the reason why we stick to the lives on a Thursday and on a Sunday, because we know it helps some people on there. She's chasing the other dog, another dog up there. So this then brings me to this year, this Christmas. I'm so looking forward to it. I've got both my daughters over this Christmas, but I know for a lot of people Christmas can actually be a horrible time. It can be a lonely time. I'm going to wait until I get around the corner out the wind to explain this a little bit further, I think, because this one's quite an important one. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. So have you heard of the comedian Sarah Millican? Do you like her? I find it quite funny actually. I do think that a lot of comedians play heavily on their accents, and they put an accent on and they become that instantly that little bit funnier. She does the northeast. She's very funny. On Twitter she's very, very active. On Christmas time, around Christmas time, she's been very active. And she started something which about 13 years ago, which was brilliant. And it's called Join In. And what it was in essence, she creates a chat room on Twitter for Christmas Day, where if you're alone, you can join in. So you're not alone. Because there are thousands of people across the country who are in exactly the same situation as you might be in at the moment, or looming ahead in a week's time. And it was that I wanted to tell you about, and that I wanted to show you how to do it more than anything else, because I think it's fantastic. I think it's a fantastic idea. Now, you've almost probably heard of the words hashtags, hashtag this, hashtag that. Well, hashtag actually comes from Twitter. That's where it came from, because hashtag is actually what you need to use. It's like a key to get you into a chat room. Just by putting the hashtag in front of it, and then you find a catchy, word. It's on the pull. Dog's on the pull. A catchy word next to your hashtag that's unique, and that means it's easier then to find. And hashtag join in is the hashtag that Sarah Millican created about 13 years ago for Twitter, for people that are lonely on Christmas Day. I'm just going to stop. There's a couple of dogs coming up here, see what goes on. Come to the point now where I just wait. Even they're at fault. They should have the dog on the lead if they can't control it. They're at fault. There we go. We sorted. Hola, buenas. Buenas, ¿qué tal? Yeah, no, yeah. And Roller gets excited because he sees it. Come on, come on. Come on. This way. Here's me in a t-shirt. You got people out in coats today. It's cold in the morning. The weather changes now. So basically what she's created is for all strangers across the UK, just by typing in hashtag join in, you then get 4 categories across the top of the page. One of them's most popular, one of them's the latest, one of them's video, I think it is. And the one that you're looking for is latest, because that's the most up-to-date one. Through here. That's the most up-to-date one, the latest one. And on Christmas Day, you can then keep up with a chat and get involved in it. Pretty much the same as the chat room that we do on YouTube. So how do you do it? Well, as I said to you before, this is what Twitter and X, or X, I don't know what to call it. This is what X gives me. It gives me more than just social media of family photos of I'm going out with friends tonight, or I've been to this restaurant. It just gives me that little bit more for people of our age to more substance, I suppose. I think it's more substance. I think that's the main words about it. You've obviously got to get on there, download the app. It's dead simple. Download the app. It's free, by the way. It's free. Give yourself a username. Like I was saying, when it comes to current media, it can't really lie. And the reason why it can't lie, a great example, it's not a nice story, but a great example of the dog, no, was a few years back. Do you remember the Las Vegas shooting a few years back, where a guy from a hotel room took a window out and then just shot everybody at a concert, just shot randomly? The thing about X is people in the audience, in that crowd, they actually went live on X. Oh, what's he got here? Spinning me. Me. Come up. There you go. They actually went live on X and showed what was happening there and then. So like, you can't get more real than that, more in the moment than that. You can actually go right to the source, rather than having to go through a third-party news stream that wants to give it to you in their version. And I think that's what I'm getting fed up with, their version. So this video really is twofold. It was one to tell you about X, and one to tell you about how the mainstream lies and hides stuff. Piers Morgan lied about what he was convicted of. No. The Daily Mail hate Harry. Come around this way. Come on. Oh, sorry. That's where the cats are. Look at his face here now, can you see the cats? I'm getting my tight lead, short lead. Cat's not giving up, like. Gracias. The media that I follow hate Harry and Meghan with a passion. Daily Mail hates with a passion. Piers Morgan can't stand them with a passion. The actual fact is, you read the rhetoric and sometimes you believe the rhetoric, and then in the court of law Harry turns around and wins. So who is right? You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. So where you get your news sources from is really, really quite important. But the main reason I wanted to do this one was to let you know about Sarah Millican's join-in that she's doing this year. And for those that feel a bit lonely, it might take you about an hour, you know, at the most, to get the hang of X. But once you get the hang of it, it's fantastic. And for those of you that actually come on the live, not just for the good looks, wit and personality, and then Shelley singing, but come on the live for the community, then it's a great way of finding other communities on there as well. So with that, hopefully that's helped. There'll be more coming out soon. I'll catch up with you on the next one, alright? Cheers guys, enjoy your day. Cheers.